Hello, you guys. In this video, I'm kind of excited because I'm going to take you with me as if you're one of my clients. So this video is going to be front row seat as to what you expect or would expect in anticipation with signing up for one of my services that I offer. Those who might not know, I do a variety of things centered on empathy and care. It's alternative. It's an alternative perspective. So people that work with me really have to have an open mind. They have to want progress. They have to be open to learning new things, accepting some things that might be hard to accept, but just letting me hold their hand through the journey of life. And each person's different. So all of my services pretty much are custom made and tailored for the people I'm working with. But this will be a general look at one of the basic packages that I offer, and it's called the Seeker. I will take you with me as if you were one of my clients. It truly begins with a front row seat into my life. I welcome you into my home. You get access to unlimited texting, full knowledge base open and available to you from my own experience, my own journeys, and how far I've come to even feel comfortable to offer these kind of services. I'm like that friend you really need. So if you're in the middle of stressing out at work and you're about to have a nervous breakdown, just text me. I'm a text away. And I engage. I help you think. I help you calm down. I help you look at things in a different perspective. I have clients that range from stay-at-home moms to CEO business entrepreneurs, all the way down to women who have really come from traumatic experiences and need someone there that they can rely on. I sit down with you, we jump on a virtual call, and we kind of just chit chat like over a cup of coffee on a fall day that's moody and crispy, chilly. There might be a little rainfall. Where was I? And then from there, we will think back. There will be a few days, sometimes up to a week, for us to really think about if this would be a good fit for both of us. Not just me, but for you. And one disclosure, I don't work with men. I'm sorry. Now, there are services where I do natal chart readings, some of the one single purchase services or programs or items like in my store, of course, are available to anybody. If you want to know what your natal chart says about you, just, purchase that one-time thing and you can get that kind of information. But I'm talking my coaching, my one-on-one spiritual coaching, where I'm kind of like your mentor or your sister. That's available only to women. I feel like I am not qualified to be a coach to men, and nor would I ever want to. So, sorry, it is strictly for women. So once we decide that it's a good fit, we will sit down, draft up the contract. So we're all being respected here. We're all on the same page. We understand our boundaries, our limitations, and pretty much all that our relationship will consist of. And that's truly what it is. It's a relationship, a friendship. And then from there, I will pull your chart. I will get your information to know who you are, kind of get the spiritual side of you. And I will research and focus on that for a good week or two, depending on how in depth your chart might be. It really gives me a glimpse at your soul, really. It shows me your weaknesses, it shows me your strengths, it shows me trauma that you might have had at certain periods in your life, and then we can unpack from there. You get interaction with me every day, even on the weekends. I am readily available via text. I don't do phone calls. We do that once a week. We could either do a phone call or a virtual call but it's only once a week, and it's us checking in and maybe zeroing in on certain things that we need to be working on. But other than that, it's all text and digital communication, so emails, texting. I'm just able to communicate and effectively lay out what I'm needing to show or tell you through word, powerful word. And it's able to be documented, it's able to be re-looked at and re-examined and reread. When it's phone call and it's audio, oftentimes, unless we're being recorded, you will forget certain things that might have been said. But when it's written down, it's there, it's documented. You can reference it again. You could double check and reread and get the encouraging word again and again as many times as you want, because it's attainable and you can read it and kind of return to it. That's why I love that kind of form, that kind of communication, especially with friendships. But it really helps us go back and see what was said, what could be talked about, what could be enhanced, what could be zoned in on. And it's there for you to reference when you need it, no matter the time of day. And it's a reminder that sometimes we need. I oftentimes will go back in my journals or my calendar and re-look at something that I had documented in written word. And you can gain so much insight from that. So once a week, I will give you kind of a roadmap as to the energies that will be happening. You might hear things like Mercury retrograde, but there's also things like Uranus retrograde and Venus retrograde and so many other things that people just don't know about because they only see like the basic of what's talked about, the media or the popular outlets. There's so much more to astrology than that. And so I will show you what the energies are, what's in store for us, all about you, of course, but as a collective, that is also important to know because of how people might be interacting with you. And I kind of equipped you for maybe some interactions that might be tense or uncomfortable. Like this day, the energies are pretty intense. You might get a boss that might be nitpicking, reprimanding you. And I just want you to take a step back and remember that it's just the energies out there, and not everyone knows how to handle them or control them or not be manipulated by these emotions that they might have that come up upon them that they just can't explain. Have you ever had moments where everything played into just this perfect day for you? Everything worked out. It was always green lights. Guaranteed the cosmic energies were in sync during that day. Have you ever had days where it was just pure chaos and you don't know why, and just you hit every red light during your commute home and people were just on edge and they were all being pricks and you couldn't really figure out why? Cosmic energies being at play. And so I help kind of prep you for your week. And we sit down and we do this on a Sunday. And I'll send it to you in digital form so you can reference it throughout the week. What key things to look out for, what key things to be kind of equipped for. If there's going to be some hard transits, then I want to make sure you're prepared so it's not a big hit on you emotionally. Because again, everything I do is centered on empathy and helping to really unpack everything that is you, so you even have a better roadmap for your future. We'll narrow down what goals you have, what dreams you have. We'll talk about the wounds, the deep wounds that might be in your past or your current reality. We'll talk about possible hard seasons up ahead for you and where they fall into place in your life, whether that be with friendships or career. I'm there to help guide you throughout that process. And that is one of the basic packages I have that most of my clients have reserved and order with me, because it's not like over the top. I'm not their mom. I'm not constantly on their ass. I take a step back, give them the tools they need, and I'm just there as a listening ear when they need me. And sometimes that's all a person really needs. They just need to know that they're being listened to, that someone cares, that they get you and they understand you and you feel heard and communicated with. So many people will reach out to me and pretty much activate our friendship during certain seasons of their life. Like, I have one client who's a stay-at-home mom. Her husband works and travels all the time. She's constantly feeling stressed and overburdened and needs adulting, right? She has me, like a big sister that she never had, or that best friend that she needs to talk to when she's just feeling overwhelmed. And with that, some of the packages extend to the children, and I'm able to get her kind of that guidebook that I always talk about, because, every baby does actually come with a cosmic manual. Most people didn't know that. And I help her unpack certain tense days that maybe her Sagittarius sun will be experiencing and might have a meltdown and a temper tantrum, and this is why. And preparing her for that kind of stuff is so vital and important, to keep her in alignment, to keep her relaxed, to keep her prepared for these chaos, to feel like she also has a friend when her husband's traveling all the time. And then I have a client who's a CEO of a business, an e-commerce company, that doesn't really have time for relationships and interaction. So she's kind of type A. She doesn't really know how to communicate with some people. She lacks a little bit of empathy. And I've been helping her unpack all of that, helping her listen to her shadow self. And a lot of times I'll do shadow work with these clients as well, depending on their needs, helping her connect more with her employees. So she's a good leader, someone who's shows empathy, because empathy is so greatly needed in everything, even career. So honestly, it's just, I formulate all these amazing friendships, and that's one thing I love about what I do, is I'm there to help people, and I see their life get better. I see them pass milestones that I'm just so proud to be a part of. So if this is something that sounds like the perfect thing, that you think you need this in your life, I want to encourage you to take a look at the links below in the description and do some research, look around, read up some testimonies, take a look at my website and the services, and see if this is a good fit, because you really have to be ready for that. You really want to want some change, and you really have to be open to looking inward, because a lot and pretty much everything I do is spiritually. It's all about your feelings, it's all about your emotions, it's all about who you are, some wounds that might be needing healing. And oftentimes shadow work, like I said, is a prevalent thing that's needed. Sometimes that's what I use to get started in our friendship, and that helps just get things in the right spot so she can be ready to grow and learn and expand. So again, take a look, see if this is for you. I just love what I do, being able to help people. It would be an honor to join you in your own journey, to help guide you where you truly want to see yourself, where you want to be, so you're happy and content and thriving in your life.